I'm about to get in my daily arrows, but there's 3 things with kind of me transitioning a little bit into the trad bow life that I was kind of shocked about when coming from the compound world. So let's look at those. As you can see, I got my targets out and they're only about 2 yards apart. And I thought one of the craziest things that when coming to the wind, I'm ducking out the wind, but when I stepped my targets back, I expected to be able to go and get really good at 5 yards, bounce back to 10 and go to 15. And I have felt like I gotta creep that distance. What I mean by that is I gotta step that thing 2 yards back. So I went from shooting, say, 5 yards really good to shooting 7 yards really good. And then I did the same thing. I got really good to about 10 yards. I'm like, I'll step back to 15. And that gap, I really had to back it up and shoot like 13 yards really good before I could go to 15. So that walking that distance back is, it's tough to explain. I don't know if it's like going from shooting your compound really good at 20 and 30, and now you got to make like an 85 yard shot, maybe even like 100. That little bit of stepping back just seems to magnify all your errors, and your group size just really opens up. The other thing I'll say is speed. So I find myself very purposefully with the stick bow having to slow down and shoot really good arrows. With the compound, you kind of have the natural tendency to flip the rest up, knock the arrow, draw is a lot slower, find the peep, the pin, bubble. Like, it just slows you down naturally. Because the stick is so much fun to shoot, it's very easy to just shoot, bang, pick up another arrow, shoot, bang. And I find myself really having to tell myself my shot process as far as draw, anchor, and then squeeze, pull, pull, pull. Or hold it, keep it is something I do kind of murmur as well, but it's so easy to shoot fast. The other thing I wanted to say is you never will look at the compound the same. This is a very efficient tool. The pin, the arrow goes where the pin roughly is at all times. You look at this thing as like, for myself, like a 30-yard rifle. Like, all you have to do is get the full draw, the check system's in play. But like, my bow to confidence is through the moon with this thing now. Like, I feel like I've shot probably a couple hundred arrows through this, but like 20 times the amount of arrows with the stick this summer. But I can pick this up, and because I have my shot process from the stick, coming to this shot process, like, everything just works itself out, and I'm just so confident. I laser beamed like a few arrows today at like 30 yards, and I was like, I have not been shooting this bow all that much this summer. But that is something I have noticed. And I will get to, you know, maybe being proficient enough to hunt with the stick all of October. That is kind of my tentative plan. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know if you guys were shocked coming to the stick bow life, or what you felt was like some of the biggest things that you saw.